指揮官様、お帰りなさい。
Okay, and we're back. Hi, Amagi. Get the housekeeping out of the way.
指揮官様のお手、たくましくなりましたね。
Alright. While we're waiting for things to get started, let's play a little bit of this game here. Oops. Alright, one more attempt. New high score! Hooray! Wow. Okay. This is just within my guild, isn't it? Oh no. No, it isn't. Yeah, it is within my guild. Interesting. Guild and friends, I suppose. Very cool. Alright, alright, alright. So, let's get into it. So, we got started on the story last time, but we're only about a quarter of the way through. It got way too late, and I think they put a lot of effort into this event. So yeah, let's get into it. A girl sailed across the ocean, blanketed in a dark, billowing smoke. I sense no presence of corrosion entities, and that imposture is nowhere to be seen. I'm uncertain whether to consider myself lucky or unlucky for being dumped in such a barren place. Looking at my body, there's no denying that I've become meta. And yet, I feel nothing like metas I've seen and heard about. Somehow I feel calm, with no urge of destruction. On the contrary, I feel calmer now than before I turned meta. This new power feels natural, too, as though I've had it for a long, long time. I feel younger, light as air. No, what am I saying? I'm not that old yet. Calm down, calm down. Focus. I need to find my way out of here and report to Lady Nagato immediately. But where? Where is the way out? I suppose I'll just have to look around until I find something. Boom! Ooh, walk in the park. This place being the source of corruption, I expected more resistance. Is this the power of metamorphosis, or has my mindset simply changed? What is it that makes me feel so safe and dependable, yet lightheaded? Kaboom! Then she heard the rumbling of machine engines not far from her. Aircraft, out of here? There must be others who are trapped in here. I must help them at once. We get a Battleship Vanguard. And no Laffy around a slower roll. EA cut through the black mist and her surroundings changed completely, as though she'd been thrust into a new place. Dark clouds, thunder, a burning sea. This might not be real, but it certainly feels real. I suppose an illusion has gripped this place too. She looked at the sky and saw clear silhouettes of a squadron of aircraft. The unidentified aircraft were attacking a massive phoenix manifested by the corrosion. Kaboom! But in the blink of an eye, the phoenix attacked back, knocking them all out of the air. A shame about the planes. That phoenix fights unlike anything I've seen before. Where'd that beast come from? The sounds of fighting stopped. The aerial attack had been meaningless, and the remains of the aircraft lay scattered in the sea. Kaboom! It's not over. Not yet! I figured the source of your strength. Even if this world is beyond salvation, I can still send you the deepest depths of hell. Hatakazi. She's gravely wounded. She'll sink at this rate. Although Hiei was hardly in a favorable position herself, her body acted before her brain did. Kaboom. Cannons boomed, and she dodged the incoming shells. She had no choice but to help Hatakazi against the beast. Spawn of Corruption, level 110. Disappear like a cloud in the sky. Kaboom. His attack struck the phoenix of black mist hiding among the clouds, dispersing it into nothingness. Hey again there, Hatakazi. Yeah, I thought we'd lost you. Am I dreaming? Well, you could call this a dream of sorts, I suppose. Dream or not, though, I will not turn my back on a comrade. Our enemies will be onto us soon. We should leave. Come with me. Whatever comes next, we'll just have to deal with it. As thanks. Hiei led Hatakazi back the way she came, cutting through the mist and returning to that desolate world. Although the beast's roars pierced faintly through the mist, they did not pursue the two shipgirls. It looks as though they can't pass through the illusion's boundary. Speaking of which, how did you get here? From outside the illusion? Illusion? Where are we? Am I dreaming, or am I not? I assume you don't know, judging by that look. Yes, I'm afraid not. For the time being, let me tend to your injuries. Please bear with it. This won't take long. I promise. Pain. I mustn't be dreaming then. Since this is no dream, I should say that you came like a miracle at the end of a hopeless battle. Tell me, do you not fear me? Why should I? Because of this power I have. Surely you sense it. At this stage, I'm hardly any different from those beasts out there. That's not true at all. Power isn't inherently good or bad, it's about how you use it. For instance, I use my meta power just to save you now. I don't have to fear power. You don't understand. My power is so much more frightening than that of a meta. And it should be your enemies that fear your power, not your allies, no? You sure have a way with words, just like Congo. What if I told you I'm not the Hatakazi you know? Perhaps you aren't. Perhaps I've never really met you before. Even so, you are still you. I trust Hatakazi. Assuming you're still her at heart, I trust you as well. I see. Say, have you really undergone metamorphosis? I'm not sure myself. The condition is nothing like metamorphosis as I understand it. Do you know what it might be? No, I haven't a clue. That's okay. We'll figure it out once we're back home. To tell the truth, I ended up here by accident, and I need to get back immediately. Lady Nakato must be worried sick about me, so finding the way out is my #1 priority right now. Dots. Based on the direction you're facing now, turn right 47.5 degrees and go straight ahead. Do so, and you should leave this place. Wait, really? How do you know that? Instinct. My power tells me so. It's instinctual. Dun dun dun. The way cleared. Unknown location. Through Torii after Torii, through countless fragmented dreams. All tragic, all concluding with those scattering golden butterflies. Though gradually, Shinano understood the meaning of these dreams. This one's presence yields more butterflies, and those butterflies turn tragic ends into better ones. In that case, this one must witness them all, must gather those butterflies. As Shinano pressed on through the dream after dream, she approached the end of the road of Torii gates ahead, and the golden butterflies gathered around her grew in number. Finally, there was but one gate left. The one ahead is the last. Ah, what tragedy awaits. Shinano, you have to stop. You mustn't see what lies in this dream. An unexpected figure appeared in the dream grotto and blocked her way forward. You're Fuso? Greetings, Shinano. Why do you obstruct this one's path? The righteous path is to revere, and therefore to stay away from the Watatatsume. Leave the sacred relic, please, and this dream world along with it. That which lies here is not for your hands to touch. The commander needs this one's power. No matter the reason, this one cannot delay. Never change, Shinano. If you're so insistent on this, then you'll see things end exactly as they did before. Hate me if you will, but I must stop you. Well, isn't this dramatic? Fuso raised one hand and set a crimson barrier on the final Torii gate. Then she disappeared just as abruptly as she'd arrived. Such complex construction. It will take time to unravel. Force, then, is the only option. She now focused her mind, materializing her power as blue butterflies. As she raised her hand, golden gathered behind blue. This one cannot afford to waste a second. Two groups of butterflies danced in a circular pattern, faster and faster, until they became a dichromatic storm. Before she could unleash her power, however, she now sensed another presence in the cavern. Shinano, wait. Allow me. A familiar voice. Unzen, sword, reflect my heart, and slice through. Damn! With one calm swing, a blade of golden light descended from above and split the Torii barriers in two. Hurry forth, Shinano. Thank you, Ensign, and Yamato as well. With the barrier broken, the golden butterflies glowed brighter than ever before. Without hesitation, Shinano plunged into the light. Somewhere, in an unknown location. ... Her mind seemed to wade further and further away into a murky haze. There's that feeling again. I've had the same dream over and over the past few days. Am I just overthinking things? Amagi let her mind drift and unravel in empty space, searching for some useful information. Just like before, there's nothing. Wait. When she focused on the new sensation, something fell into her hand out of thin air. It's a magnetame amulet? Somewhere, in an unknown location. ... She saw a world in flames. Two familiar figures were being consumed bit by bit, even as she watched. What is this? I can't accept this end. Never. I'll never. Amagi. The commander's appearance has caused results to differ wildly from the simulations. I had so much hope for this that I'm willing to permit this level of deviation. I'll just bring things back on track by erasing the two of you here. Erase? I won't let you. Akagi is glowing? What is that amulet? Wait, is that power what I think it is? Somewhere in an unknown location. ... Under a withered sakura tree stood two familiar figures. I'm so close, so very close, I can practically feel you. Why is the last step so? Is this the ritual? Kaga, you know her just as well as I. That's why we're the perfect exchange for the final fragment of her soul. You must understand, as soon as it's over, Amagi will come back to us. So, just come with me, okay? Okay. Let's go, Akagi, to the final stage of this ritual. From Nakara down to the Netherworld. A dead branch, previously harmless looking, suddenly shot forth from the girl's blind spot. Akagi, Kaga, watch out! When she woke up, she saw the same bedroom ceiling again. A dream? No, it was far too real. Too real to be a nightmare. This must be an omen. Akagi, life and death cannot be severed from the shackles of fate. My sickliness comes from my flaws in my hull. I've already accepted my fate. I really have, but... Knock knock. Amagi, you have a visitor. Right now? Does Kaga come for another game of one, I wonder? That's exactly what it's for, actually. Okay then. And you get presentable first, so entertain her for a while, please. Understood. Dots. That amulet. Okay. I guess our path forward is decided. 5-1, homecoming. Inside the Nakara Singularity. World segment. Commander's Special Fleet. And the reconstructed memory sample inside Nakara, seen from the Sakura Empire's past unfolded. It was a veritable sea of spring flowers, a stark contrast to the corrosion-addled singularity. Commander, this is a memory of a time with Amagi. She's somewhere in this world. Tears rolled up in Akagi's eyes, no longer clouded by the madness of the corrosion. Commander, Sitrep, are you in the segment yet? Can't you tell from our monitoring equipment? Why bother asking? Over communications, I hear Helena Observer, a phone-turned temporary ally, bickering. I prepared a special communications channel just for the three of us to ensure a smooth operation. So far so good. We're in a cherry blossom forest right now, but we should be close to the target. Okay, be careful and keep in touch. Of course. After talking with Helena, I had Akagi lead the way. This was always the perfect flower viewing spot. I came here with Amagi often. The Sakura Empire held so many parties here too. Anyway, we best be going. Akagi was in such a foul mood before. Did the commander cheer her up that easily? She might just be hopeful that she'll see Amagi and Kaga again soon. If it wasn't fully her intention, she did, you know. Oh, speaking of, wasn't this spot your home once upon a time? It's hard to believe that the training ground I went to so often used to be so pretty. After my sister left us, I lost the will to maintain this place. Instead of watching these lovely flowers decay, I decided I might as well flatten the place and make it useful. I'm sorry, that's enough talk about the bad times. Let's get going, Commander. It's jarring how quickly her mood swings. She's nothing like the Akagi we knew. Yeah, I always thought she was more obsessive or self-interested, maybe. It might feel like visiting relatives to her, but how long is she planning to drag us around? She's doing her very best in her own way. You think so? I think she's trying to be the Akagi that Amagi would remember as a means of atoning. Don't worry, let's just let her do her thing. Cherry Blossom Forest Pavilion. This is the prime flower viewing spot. People would sit down and take breaks at the pavilion. It's an ideal spot for any season, really. It even commands a lovely view of Amagi's mansion. Commander, would you come sit with me just for a moment? Akagi, Ryuho, please. Fine, I won't object. Commander, your thoughts? I accept your proposal, and we take a short break. Sakurans and girls from other fleets naturally split into two separate groups, so I sit right between them. Suikaku and Ryuho sighed. Those of us less familiar with Sakuran affairs seem restless, especially given the state of things outside of the singularity. I understand Akagi's feelings, but this is a serious situation. You can't dilly-dally all day, and I doubt the Sakurans want to indulge her for long. Alright, I think it's time I step in. Akagi? Commander? Do you think you're unworthy? I don't really. Come over here, please. Suikaku and Ryu stand up, freeing up the space next to me. You wouldn't understand. You don't know what Amagi means to me. What awful things I've done. That's why I'm here, to make sure you meet your sister and to see that everyone makes it out of this place in one piece. Even now, so many fleets are doing their damnedest to fight off the corrosion. Now more than ever, we need you to be a leader. Commander, okay. But I just need a little longer. That's fine by me. Thank you. As soon as I finish this tea, we can go. Akagi, good morning. Naka and Hatakaze, are you two going out? Yes, we were thinking of going out to see the sea for training. Incidentally, who's that next to you? Just visitors coming to see Amagi. Oh, she's playing Go with Kage in the parlor. Want me to let Jinsu know? Yeah, it won't be necessary. You two can just go get to your training. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. I'll go ahead and do just that. While the two of them left, there was a faint glint in Hatakaze's eyes. However, none of the visitors would notice. That's Hatakaze meta. Okay, let us depart. It's time for us to meet Amagi. Alright. Time for the reunion. Inside the Nakara Singularity World segment. Commander's Special Fleet. We finally began our journey into Amagi's mansion. Now resolved, Akagi beelined towards her objective without a single detour. Tensions between the Sakurans and other faction shipgirls seem to have relaxed a little. It's not every day you get to enter such a perfectly replicated slice of life, after all. Another reason might be the air of determination emanating from Akagi now. Under her leadership, we marched down the petal-strewn road until we reached our destination, Amagi's home. After going through the gate, several hallways, and a veranda by the courtyard, Akagi stops. We're here. Two voices can be heard from the other side of the sliding door. One is calm, while the other is both frustrated and fierce. I win. Damn. How do I keep falling for your tricks? Again! I demand a rematch. Upon hearing the winner's voice, Akagi stiffens up as if her feet have become lead blocks. Akagi, would you like to be alone with them first? Commander, It's cool if we wait outside, right? Huh? Agreed. Let's give Akagi some breathing room here. Look how desperate she is. Bang! Akagi yanks the sliding door open, interrupting their game. Their faces, how they sit, their auras, everything is just the way she remembers. I missed you so much! Sister. Amagi! Just calling her sister's name was enough to drain her of all her energy. Everything she'd been holding in, her love, her hopes, and her tears come rushing out all at once. Akagi? What the hell? I knew you were a crybaby, but sure you can remember some basic manners. Snot and sob. Are you okay? Did someone say something nasty to you? Akagi? Amagi, my dear sister. Oh, I missed you so. Ah! Unable to control her sobbing, she throws herself into her blood sister's arms. Never before had she let anyone see her cry like this. Never when Amagi was there. Never after she'd lost her. And never when she'd fantasized about seeing her again. No measure of relief, joy, regret, or sorrow could match to this moment of raw pathos. Such fervent obsession, such a short-lived dream, ever losing, ever regaining, a tumult of instability. At this moment, though, none of that mattered. Amagi, I missed you so much. So much, I can't even begin to. Please, never leave me again. Amagi, never leave your poor little sister. I'll be okay, Akagi. I'm here with you. I'm not going anywhere, I promise. Maggie holds her little sister in her arms, stroking her hair lovingly. She's equally surprised and confused, but she asks no questions. Her sister's cries are sorrowful, as if her heart had been torn in two. Even Amagi, who'd long accepted that her end as a shipgirl would come, pities the poor girl. Well, I obviously came at a bad time. I can read the room. I'll go ahead and get out of here. Realizing how out of place she is, Kaga gets up to leave. Before she can exit, Kaga rushes over to her and holds her in her place. Kaga, don't go, please. I'm not letting you go again. Never. I won't ever let you do such a thing again. Okay, what is this girl going on about? Did she hit her head or something? Control your sister, Amagi. Let your old shadow stick to you all you want. I'm not having any part of it. Sniffle, sob. Please, just don't go. Feeling how the girl's heart is pounding, Kaga realizes this isn't just a childish prank. What's gotten into her? Yeah, I'm not leaving. Happy now? If you're gonna cry, take it over there. You're getting tears and snot all over my clothes. Okay. Kaga immediately returns to her sister's arms. The union she dreamt of seems to last an eternity. Inside the Nakara Singularity, World Segment. Commander's Special Fleet. Once Akagi calmed down, she arranged a meeting between them all and me at the top floor of the mansion. I have the rest of the fleet wait in the guest room, and then I head upstairs to meet Akagi. Our mission is do or die. We must recover Amagi's hull data and neutralize the Nakara Singularity. Amagi's mansion, top floor. Amagi sits on the chief's seat. Akagi and Kaga, the battleship, sit to her sides. As far as the Amagi of this world is concerned, she and I are total strangers. And yet somehow I get the feeling that she knows who I am. You must be the commander. Thank you for coming all this way. Well, Akagi told me where you're from. She has yet to tell me the specific goal of your journey is. I've been told you're here to save me, but if I may ask, what does that mean? Thanks for telling her, Akagi. We can cut straight to the chase. Amagi, you suffer from a hull defect that can't be cured. It's going to claim your life one day, isn't it? Dots. Yes, what you say is true. What? Amagi, you told me you only had a weak constitution. What's this about a hull defect and claiming your life one day? You never said anything about that. I hoped that I could keep these things secret forever. Clearly, word got out in the end, in the world whence you came. Sister, you knew how bad it was this whole time. I'm sorry, Akagi. I knew there was no escaping my fate. I only wanted to arrange some things for you before I passed. I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you. Additionally, this world isn't real. It's a fabricated segment inside of a singularity dubbed Nakara. Akagi and I came here for two things: to revive you both and to save the world. No pressure. If all goes well, you, Amagi, will be able to live in a new future. Dots. Hold up. This world's some fake copy? And what's that about a singularity? You're bullshitting us, aren't you? No, Kaga. What the commander said is all true. Bah, that makes no sense, and I don't want it to. Yeah, if it's true, I couldn't care less. I'm leaving. Wait, stay and listen just a while longer, please. I get it. My lips are sealed. I won't tell anyone about this. That's not what I was going to say. I want you, both you and Amagi to come with us. What? Come with you? Yes, in our world you sacrificed your life in hopes of restoring my sanity. Kaga, please, let's listen to what I have to say. Besides, I have questions to ask. We can decide after that. Fine, so be it. Cronus Adair, you say what you You say you want to save me and Kaga. Exactly does that entail? Well, to put it simply, we're going to bring you with us out of this place. Helena, do you copy? I'll need your help to explain our plan. Loud and clear. Keep talking and see where the conversation goes. I'm afraid I don't follow. You said a minute ago that this world's not real, that it's only a segment. And if we, too, are mere fabrications, how are we going to bring us into the real world? Straight to the crux of the issue. Should I talk about our hull first? A hull can be made of one of two ways, whether with a wisdom cube on its own, or with the Watatatsume paired with a wisdom cube. When using only a wisdom cube, assuming you have the data connect to a concept, the cube itself must provide the energy for a body. That means if you're connecting to data using only a cube to manifest a hull, the cube you're using has to be undamaged. On the other hand, if you use both the cube and the Watatatsume, all the cube needs is the data to connect to a concept. In other words, the cube creates the soul, the Watatatsume handles the rest, the body. On the top of the hand, those who will leave the segment will be recovered as data, to souls in other words. By putting their souls in a special receptacle, you can use the Watatatsume to create bodies to place those souls inside, thus letting them live again as shipgirls. For all intents and purposes, this revives them. That was a lot to take in at once. Amagi is perceptive. She'll know if you skip over details. Unless you meant that you didn't catch all of that. No, it's fine. I memorized it. First of all, let's talk about how a hull is created. Thank God. I understand now. My data, my soul, can be transplanted into a new body created in your world to give you new life. Exactly! It's going to work! I hope so. If you went through the trouble of recreating an entire world, you must be more than prepared for everything this operation entails. However, based on what you said, won't I only have memories of what has happened until today? Seeing as I'm not long for this world, it's not a problem for me. But in Kaga's case, won't she be practically a stranger compared to the person you've known and fought alongside? It's like bringing your past self into the future, skipping over what happened along the way. Our goal is to revive Kaga, but by doing it this way, she won't be the same person as the day she passed. We need a soul from a time after Amagi perished. No, Commander. This way might actually be preferable. It would be better for Kaga if she forgot about her time with me. Do you really mean that? I mean, she's your sister. She's... Enough, Zuikaku. Kaga gave me enough in one life. Your sister? Would you mind telling me how Kaga lost her life? Dots. Well, I'm not sure. It's alright, Ryuho. I'll tell her everything myself. I was conducting a ritual with the goal of reviving you, Amagi, then... What? I did that? The person you're describing was really me? Heh, interesting. I can't even imagine what happened between now and then. A corrupted ritual under a withered sacred sakura? To tell you the truth, I had a dream like that yesterday. You did, but how could you possibly have? I don't know. What's that about, Observer? Didn't you say this segment was based on real data? I did. The natural calculation system generated this segment with 100% accuracy, neither adding nor subtracting anything. That makes no sense. How did Amagi dream of what happens in the future? She's not Shinano. She doesn't draw her power from the Watatatsume. I'll look into it. Continue the mission. It stands to reason, then. If the dream I had yesterday was a vision from your future, have all my other dreams been visions as well? Coronis Adair, I must ask, have we ever met before? Amagi knew everything all along? Hehe, your ability to stay calm is truly a thing to be studied. Well, I've asked all my questions. You've gone through all this trouble to bring me back to life, and I happily accept it. I put my trust in you both, Commander, Akagi, Kaga. I'd like you to come with me. by which I mean you simply must come along. I'm afraid you have no choice. Ha! You sure believed them quickly. You were just feigning ignorance this whole time to drag me into this. Please, you're overthinking it. I only set my mind to this just now. Alright, besides, knowing what's at stake, you'd probably drag me along if I said no. Then, we've reached an agreement, Commander. Beep beep. Amagi, we've got trouble. Strange enemies are attacking the training area. Strange enemies? What's your status? We're fighting them as we retreat. Sendai's been hurt. I understand. Keep retreating. Roger. No enemies are showing up. This is one dangerous world segment. You're not a part of it. This segment's boundary line has been broken. They and the corrosion are invading from Nakara. I'd retreat fast if I were you, because this segment isn't going to last very long. Damn it. Helena, how are the others doing? It's a stalemate. It's not looking dire from them just yet. Good. I'm going to save them. Alright, let's do it your way. To think that this would happen just as we were about to leave. Akagi, how would you deal with this situation? This world is simply a fabrication. As soon as we leave, it's going to disappear. Our chief goals are to save you and Kaga, to deal with the singularity, and avoid all unnecessary fighting. However, I have led our country, and we have the commander here with us. I am not about to turn my back on friends in need of help. That's good. Commander, what are your thoughts? We should GTFO. I mean, these are all illusions. Okay. Who I am doesn't change whether I'm in a real or a fake world. The same is true for my friends and allies. My morals don't bend simply when it's convenient for me. I strive to do everything I can, even if the results in the end aren't perfect. All that is to say, I want to help them. Thank you. That's a wonderful answer. We are who we are, whether our world is fake or real, thus we must help. It's that mindset that makes you, you. That's also why Akagi is so fond of you. Let us go, Commander. Okay. (5-4) when least expected. And it's a fight. Cool, I get to take a quick break. Kaga up front? Okay. Inside the Nakara Singularity, World Segment, Engagement Zone. Well, so much for my break. I arrive at the rendezvous point with the Sakurans in tow. We cross paths. With Sendai's unit, who just shook off their attackers. Sorry, Amagi. I underestimated their firepower and couldn't do anything to them. What matters is that you're alright. I caught you by surprise. There shouldn't be any enemies here. Thanks for the kind words. So, who are these people? Our guests and our reliable reinforcements. You've got carrier gear like what Hushu's got. Are you? Yes, I'm a carrier, much like Zuikaku and Ryuho. I'm shocked that the corrosion has even made it into Amagi's world. Zuikaku, Ryuho, show them what our carrier fleet is capable of. Roger. Sendai, take the severely injured and bring them to the rear. They're not fit for this battle. Jinsu, you'll lead the escort fleet. Don't stray too far and be aware of threats both of above and below the water. Kaga, you're coming with me. I'm not letting any of those things near you. Finally, I have the girls of the other factions link up with the escort fleet. Does that sound good, Commander? She's completely back to world self. Should you really be issuing orders, though? This is your fleet, Commander. It's fine. Real or not, these are Sakuran waters, and Akagi's more familiar with them than I am. She can be in charge of this battle. Oh, no. Oh, Commander. She's leading us? That needy woman? Ah, crap. Sorry, Amagi. Body moved faster than my brain. Forgive me, sister. I'm no good at this. No, you're doing great. This is a spectacular formation. Really? Remember the commander's words. You're in charge of this battle. It's your time to shine now. Show them how the carriers of the future fight. Okay, I will. Get ready, everyone. The fight starts now.
戦場に立つ資格があるの強き者だけだ
Shadow of Corruption level
お姉ちゃんさえいれば
護衛は私に任せてちょうだい。力を貸して。
Just in time for the radar scan. Kaboom! Be reduced to ashes! All that's left is the southern group. Those shapeless heaps of corruption are pathetic. Wow, you're incredible, Akagi. Yes, it's like she's a changed person all of a sudden. The might of a carrier is awe-inspiring. It's not long before all the invading spawns of corruption have been mopped up. Akagi's mood has done a complete U-turn. She smiles as she turns to me and Amagi for approval. But then tragedy strikes. Ambush, look out! Where'd they come from? In the distance, a crimson shimmer comes flying straight towards my command vessel. It's coming right for us! Commander! Girls promptly jump in the way, blocking the path of the object. Sorry, is it? Kaboom. Coward. Sort of dirty tricks, huh? Kaga aims her cannons and fires a volley, but the crimson light changes course and dodges. It locks onto a new target, Amagi, and speeds up. I knew it was you. I'm not letting you hurt them. Amagi rushes to her sister's side and gets between her and the crimson light, using her own body as a shield. Before she can get a word out, the world segment is instantly shrouded in darkness. Dun dun dun! Even so, a faint voice reaches my ears. Commander, I'm sorry. At least this is a fitting end for someone who committed such grave sins in the name of obsession. Thank you. Thank you for being so kind to me to the very end. Protect them. Kaga, Amagi, and all the rest. Protect them. When the light comes back, Amagi is nowhere to be seen. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Oh boy. Okay. Time for this branch, scanning the singularity. Inside the Nakara singularity. Amalgam extermination fleet? Sometime earlier. All the Nakara singularity was bathed in smoke. Is all of Nakara like this? Indeed, the fleet has already entered its core. Lady Nagato, how do you feel? Well enough, but I've noticed that the smoke here reacts to my presence. That's no surprise. Since you're connected to the Watatatsumi, some measure of reaction is to be expected. Follow that sensation and search for the false amalgamations. Then I shall. Nagato concentrated, letting her senses extend into the depths of smoke. As she did, her vision began to shift. Is this the depths of Nakara? And this is where Akagi conducted the ritual. And the world segment where the commander is. A dream grotto, was it? A battlefield. And a void of pure nothingness? But what is this place? Found you. Power is what I desire. The greater, the better. I found the amalgamations. What? Where are the two of you staring? Lady Nagato, look around you. Don't worry, I didn't use the power myself, though its original owner seems to have stepped in. I'd feel better if I could examine you. I don't feel unwell, but if you're so worried, then you may. The blue ball of fire floated toward Nagato's brow and disappeared into her without a sound. The meta-corrosion is stable. It hasn't worsened. Jinsu, have you ever seen such a thing? If nothing else seems wrong, then I think it's safe to use your powers. But don't push yourself, please. Be prepared to adapt to anything. Of course, I have a job to do, after all. She's a tough one. Nobody's more apt to serve as the core of the decisive weapon. Okay. Obsession's true form. This has got something to do with Akagi, doesn't it? The shipgirls sailed on through Nakara, with Nagato leading the way. Nagato's powers easily dealt with what enemies attacked them along the way. There was no need for her meta allies to even step in. The enemies were of little concern to her. What really bothered her was the sense of obsession she felt coming out of Nakara from time to time. Amagi must be brought back to life. Why? Because she's better suited to lead our country than anyone else. Nobody can stop me, not even you, not even Amagi yourself. I knew it. You get your identity from Akagi. Where there is cause, there is effect, and vice versa. The falsehood is the effect, the original is the cause. It's only logical. Be that as it may, a fake can never become the original. All that you've created are empty husks, prisoners to a concept. I am. I have her likeness, memories, personality, way of thinking, even her mannerisms. Amagi is the only thing I am. I would never do such a thing in the past. However, you're speaking to my future self. Yes, I am Amagi. I am Akagi's sister and the one most fit to lead the Sakura Empire. You only delude yourself, heighten your obsession, and walk the path to madness. Our country needs a true leader. Reviving Amagi shall be the first step to achieving that. Nakara, heed my call and devour all. Kaboom! Enough already. Your attempts to deceive me are for naught. Akagi did not create Nakara by her own will. She was simply manipulated by the false amalgamations. Akagi schemed for so long, only to be manipulated and exploited by the monster spawned by her own obsession. Then, the monster took advantage of our very minds. What a terrible turn. Kaboom! A group of enemies is approaching. It seems they've detected us. It appears the amalgamations have the ability to connect to the Watatatsume. That must be how they can freely manipulate Nakara's environment. They know there is no running away, so they come right to us instead. Soon, the mastermind will appear. That was a lot of torpedoes. Shadow of Corruption level 120. That's a nice skill line. Well, here you are, like a moth to the flames. I know what you are. Your buffs work no longer. Oh? You are a being born of obsession. You carry that obsession with you. You denied Amagi's existence and went so far as to try to replace her concept by reviving her. You will appropriate Amagi's concept no longer, vile monster. It seems that you heard that from Nakara. Then you must already know that I can't be stopped. I will become Amagi. In fact, I'm already acknowledged as Amagi. Those who don't acknowledge me, like you, need only be erased. And no one will doubt my identity as Amagi. You're hopeless. I regret ever speaking to you. You are a manifestation of obsession and should disappear like one. Go on, make me disappear then, you little runt. Ah ha 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 ha, the many Amagis. Well, it's the dragon and Amagi from the last event. Oh, thundering fox, prance betwixt the spirit realms. Kaboom. God, how? How does a mere temporary meta possess such power? The loser deserves not the knowledge of the winner. All I will tell you is this. Amagi will be revived. Not by you, but by Coronis the Dare. You taking her concept and pretending to be her is only delayed her revival. That's... what nonsense. I know better than anyone else. It's not as simple as you make it sound. You're wide open. A sudden Hiei appears. Kaboom. Hiei, is that really you? What happened to you? I'm fine, milady. Let us concentrate on defeating her first. Aye. This next blow shall end this. Wait, Lady Nagato, something isn't right with her. Her concept is changing. She has ceased to be Amagi. So why is she still here? You want to face the root of this obsession, do you? Oh no. Akagi meta? Oh boy. She's got a Kaga soul and a Amagi's soul. Oh no. Fine, let me grant your wish then. How's this? Are you happy now? Did she just use the Watatatsu to manifest her own concept? I'd never seen such a sight before. Those phantoms beside you. No, you have both what remains of a Magi soul and Kaga's soul? Hee? What are you on about now? Amagi's gone. My sister's gone. She's never coming back, so why are you still alive? Huh? What kind of leap of logic is that? Waste no time trying to understand the embodiment of obsession, EA. Hee. Amagi's no longer in this world, so I'll graciously send all of you to the next. Once that is done, I'll join you. Well, then everything will be as it should. Oh no. Oh god. Just what we needed, an Akagi meta. Okay. Okay. Laughing loudly, Akagi meta vanished into thin air. Nagato had Kasumi take a look at Hiei, after which she resumed her pursuit of the enemy. What is it? My corrosion is as bad as I feared? No, it's the opposite. Corrosion is not only halted, but it's also extremely stable. Just like Nagato's is. It's like this. Is it like this with everyone from Test Site Beta? No, Hio and Junyo have temporarily turned meta as well, but the metamorphosis radically changed them. That's so strange. At any rate, I'm glad both Lady Nagato and I are alright. Yeah, I just need to purify the surface level of corrosion, and you'll be back to normal. Assuming you want to, that is. Of course I do, as much as this new power is fantastic. I don't know how it has altered my mind. I feel safer going back to normal. Are you sure about that? Yes, I'm sure. I see. I heard that the amalgamations kidnapped you earlier, but if it's not too much to ask, could you share what happened? For instance, how did you escape? It's a long story. I was in an illusion with Lady Nagato, then all of a sudden... So I went where Hadakazi pointed me to, and then I suddenly heard the sound of fighting. I found Lady Nagato in that Meta Akagi fighting, so I stepped in as soon as I could. Unless that Hadakazi was simply a hallucination, I'd have loved to introduce her to Lady Nagato. Alas, she disappeared when I looked away from her. Hey, Catastrophe, good to see you. That brings us to now. Was this Hadakazi not a meta? Well, she didn't look like one. No ordinary ship girl could survive for an extended period of time inside Nakara, much less find a way out of this illusory space. There must be more to her than she let on. Perhaps there was, but she seemed exceedingly normal to me. So, just reading through things, we just got to watch the fake Amagi turn into Akagi meta and go absolutely batshit. So, yeah, that's a thing. Otherwise, gameplay-wise, I've cleared everything. I've got all the girls. The only thing I haven't done is the Maryland retrofit, which I'll probably do at some point just to give myself a break. You should be careful of her. Kasumi. Right, sorry. Forget I said that. This area's stability is rapidly decreasing. That Akagi must have done something. Lady Nagato, we should evacuate at once. Wait, that Akagi is dangerous, and yet may pose a threat to the commander's fleet. Amagi's concept has been released. There's no need for us to linger here if the commander's part is going well. Please listen to me and do what's best for your own health. By the way, does anyone know how we're supposed to get out? The commander has a plan for that. I'll call the allies who are going to get us out. Yeah. As the time to evacuate grew near, a castle of glowing gold appeared without warning before the girls. Yeah, I basically was able to get all the girls within about 60 pulls. So it wasn't too bad. I am Vanguard, Palace Guard of the Royal Knights. By Your Majesty's decree, we have brought Camelot here to evacuate you. That device. Tests that Peter really is an outlier. Let's go, Lady Nagato. So, yeah. Let's see. Yep, 60 pulls. Alright. Well, since we took a little bit of a break, and isn't there a retrofit available? Yeah.
私の目でも見てな。ここまで至ったらもはや言語もいらねえ。なあ、私が一番信頼する戦友よ。
Okay, here goes. Marilyn Kai.
メリーランド改造完了だ。どこが変わったかは大まかに分かったし、細かいのは戦って確かめるとする。お前もそれでいいよな。
Sounds like the voice actress went all out with the new voice lines. Okay, nothing new. And let's get the skill. Final bound. Okay. The ship fires your main gun, 70% chance, which is a lot better than 40%. Once per battle, when the HP of a battleship or battlecruiser in your fleet falls below 50% as a result of damage taken, fires the barrage again and decreases that ship's aircraft taken by 15% for 10 seconds. I wonder if that includes herself. This is her other skill. Adrenaline Rush. Alright, let's look at the archive version. Final Bound. Increases the ship's firepower by 20%. When the shells of a battleship or battlecruiser in your fleet hits an enemy, increases the ship's accuracy by 12% for 6 seconds, and it fires a barrage. Enemies hit by this barrage have their evasion decreased by 10% for 6 seconds. So that's cool and all, but by the time this barrage hits, all the battleships will probably have fired that she's alongside of. So, yeah. But I suppose another barrage isn't a bad thing. She doesn't have a unique AUG, does she? No, no unique AUG. Bummer. Okay. Then with that, collection. Oh, so I'm 123rd to get back to 100%, huh? I could have been probably a little bit sooner if I'd remembered that battleship had a retrofit. Okay. Let's get back to the story. Okay. Looks like we're about 60% of the way through. Fighting back. Inside the Nakara Singularity, World Segment. Engagement Zone. When the light comes back, Akagi is nowhere to be seen. No. How could this? Akagi! Helena, where is she? She's no longer in this world segment. I'm still searching, but frankly, I'm not sure she's even alive. Keep searching, please. Observer, what was that attack just now? Multiple forces have infiltrated the segment. One of them was the one that attacked you. Did you say multiple? It's not just the corrosion, then? That's right. You don't realize just how popular you are, do you? My friends' lives are on the line. Skip the jokes, please. He settled down. I know exactly who it was that attacked you. Then tell me. It was the very thing that Akagi created. Of course, I guess you really can't call them imposters anymore at this point. Those things originally took on the concept of Amagi, but after what your buddies did, they're not her anymore. Just one thing. Out with it already. Nope, my relationship with you begins and ends with reviving Amagi. I am under no obligation to answer your questions. What if I were to ask you instead, then? Fine. They were originally born from Akagi's obsession. Now that they've lost the concept of Amagi, they're back to being Akagi. More precisely, the meta version of her. Attacking you, attacking Amagi, that was all deception. All this time, they were after Akagi herself. But the concept they've taken on for themselves isn't stable yet. That's why they wanted to take it from the original. Man, no wonder she didn't panic when they attacked. She knew the meta would keep attacking you and her sister otherwise. That's enough chit-chat for now. Track the coordinates I've sent you. Yeah. By the way, Commander, a new one's headed your way right this second. After I hang up, a Torii Gate appears on the water. A kaleidoscope of glowing butterflies spills out from within, and a silver-haired girl emerges. It's Shinano! Commander. So the last dream was you. Dream? I thought this world segment was reality. Shinano, how'd you get here? Commander, you can see this one? Dots. I struggle to think how I'm going to explain this mess to her. So how'd you do, Catastrophe? How many pulls did it take for you to get everybody? It took a while to properly explain things, a while you don't have. Fortunately, though, Shinano seemed to understand. I also told her about how Amagi and Kaga had come with us. After that, we decided to retreat to Amagi's mansion and wait for Observer to provide a safe escape route. Amagi's mansion, courtyard. In short, Yamato contacted Shinano and set things into motion. She used the grotto to deposit the fallen Sakura souls as butterflies and created dreams for Shinano to travel through. That all sounds right to me. So Yamato's already reached the truth of the test site's beta cubes. I knew Shinano could travel through dreams, but not that she could use them as a means of instant teleportation. Not quite. That wasn't the real Shinano. It was more like a simulation made of her data. Oh, does that mean she was replicated in the segment like Amagi and Kaga were? Exactly. Then why did Yamato bring her here? It sounds like she herself didn't know. 100 pulls for Amagi CV, which is about usual for IGN ships. They like me as much as I like them. Not an IGN fan, huh? Got 5 Taihos, though, which was hilarious. And a Taiho Muse. Well, sounds like Taiho was obsessively clingy with you, Catastrophe. We'll have to think about that another time. More pressingly, we have an update on Akagi. Yeah, want to guess how she's doing right now? Doesn't look like you want to play along. First off, she's live, but she's stuck with her meta counterpart. They're in a place similar to this world segment, but it's smaller and less detailed than this one. I guarantee she made it with data stolen from Testra's mainframe. Back on topic though, the meta made it that place in advance. She was planning to escape there from the jump. I wouldn't recommend going there. Why not? It's too dangerous, obviously. This segment's already unstable, and if you keep wasting time, your plan's gonna fall apart. Don't you think you should prioritize getting out of Nakara and reviving Amagi? I get that you care about her, but she chose this. My opinion? Leave her for now. As if I could. I'm the one who brought her here, and it's my responsibility to take her home safe. Come on, Helena. Talk some sense into your boss here. Commander, are you really going to save her? End of discussion. Okay. The Observer's right about one thing. This world segment can't be maintained for much longer. And why are we wasting time? Souls extracted from it need to be stored quickly, or else they'll be contaminated by Nakara's corrosion. But if you exit now for that purpose, it'll be too late to save Akagi. I agree with Observer. Screw Akagi. If you want to save her, then you'll need to revive Amagi and Kaga right here and now. Here? How? All of the materials needed to create shipgirls are present. Their soul data, the Watatatsume that can materialize their data as bodies, and the supplies necessary for the process. Supplies are easy enough to procure. Meanwhile, the souls of Watatatsume are right in front of you. You mean Shinato's amulet? But it's just a replication made by this world segment, right? It's not real. Real or not, the Watatatsume is the Watatatsume. Drinking game. Take a drink every time I say Watatatsume. You don't mean. The reality you believe in will become the truth. Reality and truth are not always one and the same. Reality can only be truth if enough faith goes into it. Tell me something. If we resurrect Amagi with the data we have now, will she still have her hull defect? She will. It'll essentially reinitialize her hull status. We will be unable to excise it. She was supposed to be retrofitted into a carrier. If we could affix her soul to the concept of an Amagi retrofitted into a carrier, would that fix the defect in her hull? I can't answer that. It's never been tried in any test site. You're saying it's worth trying, then. Observer's record should contain details on the retrofitting plan. They do? Well, send it right away. You're not about to modify her hull data directly, are you? I sure am, and I'm going to use the resources of the natural calculation system to do it. Laplace's demon can simulate the future. Surely it can deduce something this simple, no? Even if it could, do you really think you can integrate it into her existing hull data? Of course, Helena. You can alter someone's appearance using the tower's calculated data. I won't say I can't, but it would only be an illusion. You would still need to connect it to reality. Yeah, I know that. You got it all figured out, don't you? So what happens after you revive Amagi? Are you going to save Akagi, huh? If this world segment collapses, we'll lose our means of interfering with Nakara. Are you ready to fight the meta on your own? It'll be okay. I trust Cronus Adair. Thank you, Helena. Great. Have fun with it, big shot. See if I care. Nice try, Observer. You're not getting away just yet. Time is of the essence. And we'll need all the help we can get. Alright, I guess we're turning the tables. Inside the Nakara Singularity. World segment. Amagi's Mansion. I promptly told Amagi and Kagi about the Chan's plans. The former readily agreed to save her sister, of course. Kaga wasn't hard to convince either. She agreed to help us in her current form. What the heck? Late that night, we finished our preparations. While Shinado performed the final adjustments on the makeshift construction site, Amagi visited my room. Despite her unease, she was determined to rescue her sister. Okay, yeah, that was the scene. I've got the music turned off, though. That was weird. Apologies for bothering you so late, Commander. That's okay. I have to apologize, too. Sorry for springing this on you all of a sudden. It's no problem. Part of me does feel uneasy, though. Because the plan might fail? No, Commander. Is changing fate really for the best? If it means turning sorrow into joy, then I think so. Well, what if changing fate brings forth greater suffering later on? Maybe we're making the world worse than it originally would be. Then we'll keep on changing things until there's no more sadness. Yeah, there's never going to be elimination is sadness. And without sadness, there can't be joy. But whatever. Do you believe such a world can exist? No. Do you not? I guess it's better to believe. You, Akagi, and everyone else here have changed my fate. It's up to me to do everything I can to change things for others. Until the world can be a happy one without sorrow. Yeah, it all starts with saving Akagi. Agreed, she fell into the darkest abyss for my sake. It's time I pull her back into the light. Beep, beep. Commander, this one is ready. I have steeled my resolve just in time. Thanks, Amagi. Let's make a new future together. Okay. Episode S3, Heart and Feelings. Founded on reality, built into fantasy. Attachment is not obsession, and is will the construction of the soul. In the flames of rebirth, Watatsumi grants a hope. A new life, a singular life, shall be made manifest here. I, aircraft carrier Amagi, through new strength and a new body, have been reborn. Though a long time has passed, my spirit remains unchanged. Let us fight side by side, Commander, for the future you desire. We've done it, folks. The world segment seemed about to disappear any minute. Somewhere in it, two shipgirls were witnessing Amagi's revival. Her destined death had been overturned, and the long-held obsession that drove Akagi mad had faded. Now, face to face with her meta counterpart, thoughts raced through Akagi's mind. Now my sister will be revived, Kaga will be reborn, and the world will be saved. What's more, Amagi is no longer fated to succumb to the defect of her hull. Thank you, Commander, Amagi, and Kaga. You helped me atone for my sins. She stilled her resolve, then opened her eyes and stared down at her adversary. The pieces are all in place. What do you hope to achieve at this point? Why did you go after me? The better question is, why did you let me abduct you? Because if I hadn't, I couldn't save Amagi and the Commander. Ha! Is that really it? Your obsession is what created me. You could have done something to block the attack. Instead, you chose to be erased. Why? I don't have to say anything to you. Okay, then I'll answer for you. You wanted to die in a noble way for Amagi, isn't that right? You hurt your near and dear. You put the whole world at risk of destruction. These are facts. You think sacrificing yourself will at least let you atone to some degree, don't you? Dots. You did truly insane things in order to revive her, then wish for death once the task was done. Do you really think everything will resolve itself if you die? That they'll live happily ever after? Or what? Are you playing that Amagi will return the gesture and revive you next? Shut up. Oh, you hopeless little vixen. You created me, and I'm even embarrassed for you. The things you did simply won't be forgotten. It's a fact, so why did you just accept it? Did seeing Amagi alive again turn you back into a crybaby, Or did you just regress into a little weakling now that someone actually reliable is here? That's enough. Shut up. Shut up? I am how you feel. I am your obsession. I am who you've been this whole time. You can deny it all you want, but you can't change the facts. You never deserved to be loved. The only thing you deserve now is a cruel end. Enough! From your heart I was born, and to your heart I will return. Along with the obsession you abandoned, the past you want to erase, the power you try to refuse. You can get rid of me, but you can never get rid of what I am. You. Your saviors are on their way here. You should look forward to your touching reunion. The question is, will your dear sister and your companions recognize you when they see you? The laughter faded and only one crimson fox remained. Dots. Amagi. Kaga. How wonderful. Okay, we jumped from 5 and 6 to 8. Okay, where'd 7 go? 8 1's pressing. 7 3. Oh. 7. Okay. Whatever. They're not. Whatever. Water surrounding the Nakara singularity. After the commander and Nagato entered Nakara, the ships remaining outside quickly fell into formation under Enterprise's leadership. As expected, Nakara's power swelled over time, and as more and more rifts began to form, increasingly powerful enemies started spilling out. Hostile presence incoming. Most likely a command unit. Threat levels likely. Please proceed with caution. Roar, roar. No, this is the kind of hunt I signed up for. What an imposing aura. Everyone, don't let your guard down. That thing's pretty huge, but for what? Just makes bigger target. Have the Vanguard pull back, we'll crush that thing with overwhelming air power. Sorry for butting in, but please allow the members of the Soccer Empire to handle this. We are most familiar with the source of this beast's power, after all. These tainted beasts do have their own weaknesses, but the locations of those weak points, as well as the method for attacking them, might be quite different from what you'd expect. I would be more than glad to put on a demonstration for you. Little Lady Dyson, I can't believe someone so illustrious would come to our aid. I've already wrapped up my business, so of course I'd come lend a hand. In that case, allow me to lead the charge. It's a Kaga Fox. With a tiny Kaga Fox. Okay. That's a cool little scene. So, allow me to accompany you as well. I can manage without Suzunumi. Allow me to show you the techniques I've learned from Unzen. Do be careful out there, Miss Waterase. Likewise, Scylla. Ooh, looks like things are starting to get interesting around here. Let's go, go, go time! The flowing shadow. Pierce the waves! Okay, I guess we're back here. Inside the Nakara Singularity. Unknown location. A different world segment generated by Tester's mainframe and connected to the one made by Observer. There flowed a fractured river, roads that made no sense, and a track strewn haphazardly. Everything was broken, falling apart, seemingly mashed together with no rhyme or reason. Among it was all overgrown vegetation and islands with neatly lined buildings, though they were few and far between. What a creepy place. Is Akagi really in here somewhere? My radar can't make heads or tails of anything. This is an incomplete world segment, and most of it is hardly any different from Nakara territory. Your raiders are useless here. Why didn't you tell it straight to Zuikaku? Because you'll relay the message for me. You should be grateful for the heads up. Any news on where Akagi is? Hurry up, Observer. Okay. I have to say, it's impressive she did all this with Tester's mainframe in so little time. That said, doing the same would be child's play for me. This one senses a myriad of emotions all around. Amagi, how do you feel? I'm fine. I'm just not accustomed to controlling these aircraft. Mean you to say that it does not come naturally? Hey, that reminds me. This is only speculation, but I see this as a strong indication that those girls were never meant to equip these riggings. Hehehe, how perceptive you are. The notion that the cube creates rigging based on a particular ship's hull is not entirely true. While this does occur in many instances, it's a guideline rather than a hard rule. We learned this through our research. All I've done here is to put it to good use. Let me remind you, Akagi, that our rondo is still underway. Please be patient and see to its conclusion. I assure you, you will not be disappointed. I remember. It's okay, Amagi. I've heard that riggings are linked to your hull, so you'll get the hang of fighting as an aircraft carrier soon enough. Is that so? Well, thank you for telling me. If you'd like, I can share what knowledge I've gained from my training. I've also got info like that right here if you want to see. Hehe, you're both too kind. I'll gladly listen to what knowledge and more experienced carriers have to share. While you're still learning, we can handle recon and combat for you. Yes, rest assured, we will keep the commander safe and secure. We will keep the commander safe and rescue Akagi. Founder, the only thing is, well, you're in for trouble. With Akagi, I feared this. Recon planes, take. Zuikaku, wait, I know where Akagi is. You do? Oh, wow, okay. Well, what are you going to do? She has basically been reduced to a med at this point. It's obvious, even Akagi yourself has turned. I will save her. Alright, 7-2, Seething Heart. Rawr, rawr. Rawr, rawr. More enemies. They just keep coming. We don't have time for this. Looks like she has already figured out how to use her powers. Then again, my ex-collaborator is smart. She clearly based those Shikigami spirits off soul data she has access to as well. The red one is obviously Akagi's, but the blue ones? Did she use Kaga's soul? Look at the brains on you. Yes, that's right. These Shikigami were made based on the souls of Akagi and Kaga. Is that made from the carrier version of myself? Perhaps this gives us an opportunity to revive the specific Kaga who sacrificed herself. Commander, I've learned the ropes of carrier combat. May I lead the attack? Also, you look like you've been wanting to tell me something. Alright, you take the lead. Rawr, rawr! Very well. I shall ask again after I dispatch these foes. Amagi CV has a lot of mirages.
SG 力を貸して勝利お姉ちゃんさえいれば
Kaboom! You've destroyed my Shikigami. That's no way to greet someone. You're awfully rude to guests, do you know that? Tell us where Akagi is, you monster, now. Akagi? Ah, yes, I did see a self-absorbed little fox girl. Let her go now, or else. Or else what? She's already gone, by her own volition. She said she wanted to disappear, so I granted her wish. You did what? You don't need details, do you? Akagi's dead. Is that clear enough? You rotten fiend. You'll pay for this. I will avenge you, Akagi. Dots. That's awful, I know. But don't blow your top. You can't take revenge if you lose your cool. I get it now, why you made me your sister. If I'd known how dangerous that woman was, I'd have given my life to protect Akagi. I'm alright, Kaga. It's just, I can't believe Akagi really turned meta. Commander, what should we do about her? It's really her. She turned meta. Yes, that's exactly what I said earlier. Well, I appreciate the honesty for once. I delivered bad news to you and you're grateful for it? I'm grateful for you giving me the confidence that I can save her. Oh, and how do you plan to do that? You'll see. It's okay. There's still a way to save her. You know what I mean, Amagi? Yes, there is certainly a way. But first, we need to pacify her. That is true. I know it needs to be done. To do it, I believe I should take the vanguard position. Absolutely. Ryuhu, Zuikaku, are you ready? Just don't do anything wild, okay? I know how you must be feeling. Let's take her down. Take me down? You really think you can? I think I'll burn you to ashes instead. The boss was Akagi all the time. Or the final boss was.
勝利はこの手にお姉ちゃんさえいればかけるとしましょう護衛は私に任せてちょうだい力を貸せではかけるとしましょうではかけるとしましょうお姉ちゃんさえいれば戦場に立つ資格がある強き者だけだではかけるとしましょう SG お姉ちゃんさえいれば
Kaboom! Akagi continues to call forth her immense powers, unhindered by her injuries. However, Amagi and her fleet gradually gain a larger and larger advantage. And as the battle draws on, Akagi's strength eventually runs dry. So this must be the power granted to you by the commander. These flames that purify all sin are a fitting end to me. Dark aura surrounding Akagi suddenly flares up, but Amagi's flames are one step faster. The sinister mist is swallowed up, disappearing without a trace, and Akagi, so prideful and imposing as just moments earlier, collapses to the ground. Everyone, please stay black. Allow me to be with my sister until the very end. With a solemn nod, Amagi slowly makes her way over to the fallen Akagi. Wait, Amagi! Let her handle it. If anyone has the right to deal with that person, it'd be her. Flames that purify all sin. Is that Amagi's true power? No, that should have been the meta disguise dispersing on its own. It had nothing to do with the flames. Interesting. You even managed to catch on to that? That's right. Akagi purposely camouflaged herself with a temporary meta state. A handy trick she picked up from Helena. Dots. Observer? Apologies, I needed your powers to help secure an escape route, so I had to cut the comms first. No. Observer was letting us know a little too much. Because you meta little cinnamon roll, keep secrets from us. That's fine by me, I trust you more anyway. You shouldn't trust her. She keeps secrets, she's hiding things. So how's Akagi doing now? Well, that depends on you. She'll become whatever you want her to be. And what about Amagi? Getting a little greedy here, aren't we? Ahem, I meant the condition of her hull. Still running my analysis, but everything looks pretty good so far. Your plan seems to have worked even better than expected. I still have to secure the escape route. Talk to you later. With that, Helena abruptly cuts off the call. There she goes again, though she was more curt toward the end than usual. Yes, because Observer let a little too much slip because she's hiding things. Commander, are you sure you don't want to head over as well? I'll be fine. If anyone can make a difference right now, it's Amagi. Okay. Including yourself? That's touching. A little bit of blood trickle. The sisters meet once more in a field of red spider lilies. So, have you gotten everything off your chest? Why did you not finish me off? Heh, simple really. I still wanted to have a chat with my little sister. Heh. Do you want the gory details of how I killed her? No, I'm more interested in all the hardships you've been enduring alone all this time. Your sister's gone. If you still wish to hear me out, I don't mind telling you. Akagi, your sister, reached out to the Sirens on her own and secretly had them construct an experimental facility in the Sakura Empire known as the Sanctuary. Corrupted by her new gods, the Sakura Empire's leadership faithfully executed the Sirens' reenactments, launching a surprise attack on the Evil Union and diving headlong into the morass of war. In the brutal power struggle that ensued, she sought to eliminate all opposition to solidify her authority. Even her juniors were not spared for machinations, made to participate in the Siren's experiments. And the tighter she tried to grasp her grip, the more fractured the Sakura Empire factions became. But she did not stop at just that. To fulfill her desires, she stepped all over those who had already fallen due to her designs in a desperate attempt to carry out a doomed resurrection ritual. By misusing the power of the Origin Cube and the Watatatsume, she plunged the Sakura Empire, no, the entire world, into grave peril. And in the end, what did she accomplish? She failed to resurrect her sister, lost Kaga, and burned all the bridges behind her. But, as it seems to me, that you still did all those things out of love. Are you an idiot? Hey, Akagi, I want you to tell me something. I told you already, I'm not your Akagi. She's already dead. You're not being honest with me. An older sister can always tell when her younger sister's lying. Then you should know that I'm telling the truth. Dots. So, do you see it now, Amagi? I am the Akagi who you've never met before. Everything I've done, all the sins I've committed, can never be washed away. Even though I'm trapped and warped by my obsession, I still can't get myself to let go. Which is why I should die here, along with my obsession. I won't run anymore. I want to die as your enemy, at the hands of those dear to me. And still running away. You should atone for your own sins, however you see fit. However, you should not have to shoulder the weight of the sins that are not yours. At this point, who can even say which sins are mine and which are not? After all, I've hurt so many people. Maryland, West Virginia, Colorado, Arizona, Saratoga, Yorktown, Enterprise, Hornet, Shokaku, Zuikaku, Hyuga, Ise, Nowaki, Nagato, Mutsu, Kawakaze, Mikasa, Kongo, Hiei, Shinano, Musashi, Tosa, Yamashiro, Ryuho, and Kaga. That's right, even Kaga. Kaga, my precious sister. But despite that, even if you plotted against them, your friends and comrades still came. They're here to help you. I brainwashed them, nothing more. All the people you've hurt now are now fighting for your sake. They're fighting for the commander, not for me. And above all, the sister you gave everything to save is now fighting for you to give yourself another chance at life. Dots. The mistakes you've made, Akagi, do not deserve punishment by death. Your obsessions, twisted as they may be, are still not entirely beyond your control. I, as your sister, will help you shoulder this burden. Amagi, Calm down. You don't need to worry about Kaga right now. I'd like you to answer my question first. What is it? These shadows of Kaga and myself floating around us right now. They are souls from the world you just came from, right? In other words, they're also precious parts of who we are, the people you once knew, yes? That's right. She left them with me before she disappeared. I don't know how she did it, or why. In the end, she was still a reflection of your heart. Deep down, she would not do anything you didn't want to do. She was born from my obsession. Even if I erase her, she would just come back one day. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Huh? What do you mean? Who knows? A certain someone once told me, give me all her obsession, I can fix her. Are you even? Are you feeling better now? Let's head back before the others start to get impatient. Let's go, dear sister. Akagi's redemption arc, huh? With the support of her older sister's shoulder, the younger sister slowly starts to walk. As the world segment crumbles, the falling petals of the red spider lilies are swept up by the wind and start dancing in midair. Okay. We're on the home stretch. Melting. The sisters meet once more in her field of red spider lilies. So have you gotten everything off your chest? Why did you not finish me off? He's simple, really. I wanted to have a chat with my little sister. No. I've already done this. Okay. Have I? No. I've done that. Okay. My bad. 8-2, core sector operation. NA Ocean, water surrounding the core sector. Dark clouds have converged, waves raged. With each petal of a gunfire, it felt as if the sky and sea were being pulled together into one. As time passed, the singularity continued to grow stronger, and the situation in the NA Ocean's core sector grew more dire by the moment. Looks like the Arbiters are being overwhelmed. Hordes and hordes of enemies are starting to appear. They've already bought us a lot of time and thinned out the enemy ranks. I've had time to compare the enemy data with the intel we received from the commander. Based on what I can see, what we're fighting has the same readings as what's pouring out in Nakara. I think the two singularities are connected. Not sure how exactly that'd work, though. Everyone, we will now be elevating our alert level. I've already adjusted the deployment of our forces on the western defensive line. All fleets, please continue to act according to our existing plans. Fear not, in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, not a single enemy shall pass. The eastern and southern lines are under control. We have formed an unbreakable defensive formation with the cooperation of the Ironblood and Orthodoxy fleets. You have the Ironblood's full support in this operation. Looks like Sardinia's deployed damn near all of its fighting force. Heh, let's see if you've got what it takes to lead. Aha, that's right. Gaze upon us to your heart's content. Sardinia shall never fall short of her allies' expectations. Sounds good and all, but talk's cheap. If you mess up and the battle situation worsens, we're going to do things our way. Same goes for the Ironblood. Achieving our operational objectives remains top priority. We don't mind sustaining casualties to meet those ends. But of course. But as allies who stand side by side, let us come together to fully hash out our plans, down to the finest detail. Ooh, write me into those plans of yours, yeah? Put yourself in my shoes. It freaking sucks sitting back here in the reserves. Should you require my strength, I shall be here faster than the wind blows and the lightning strikes. Aha, don't worry about it. I'll make sure you all get your time in the spotlight. What's wrong, hear you? Is there something wrong with our formation? No, it's not that. There's been a response to the ID signal. The ashes are coming. Okay. I guess reunion. Slowly but surely, the Amagi sisters return to us. Managed to talk things through? Commander. Indeed, all's well that ends well. Thanks for your time and understanding, Commander. Speaking of time, that's not something we've got a lot of. In that case, please give us your instructions. Akagi, you're still alive? Maggie, what in the world's going on? I thought that Akagi was devoured by her meta-self. Nope, this is the same Akagi that we've always known. The meta we saw was but a temporary state. Without a concept to anchor itself to, it cannot persist for long. Which is why it possessed Akagi and took control of her will. But after exhausting its power during the course of battle, Akagi's consciousness naturally returned. And thanks to that, I was able to carry out the commander's plan and bring her back to us. Everyone, I'm so sorry. Wow, what a crazy turn of events. But right now, I'm just glad you're back in one piece. And Amagi, too. So it was your purifying flames. Sorry, Shinado, but there's a bit of a misunderstanding here. Don't worry, Commander. I'll explain things to her later. Oh, right, Commander. I found something about purifying the meta-corruptions from remnants. Might this be something useful to you? Maggie waves her hands gracefully, and the two trends of light start to flow from her sleeves. What is this? Data pertaining to Amagi and Kaga's souls. With this, I will be able to fully restore them with all their prior memories and experiences. Makes sense now, so that's why that meta-targeted tester's mainframe. Go ahead and store it somewhere safe. I'll deal with rebuilding their hulls later. Looks like miracles do come true after all, huh? By the way, how's the escape route coming along? Everything looks good. Give me 10 more minutes. Alrighty, another good deed in the books. Time to go home! Seconded. Okay. Moment of truth. Nakara singularity, surrounding waters. As the combat situation continued to deteriorate, Enterprise called up the final forces and her reserves. Kaboom. The prime barrier holding Nakara's expansion back is getting weaker and weaker. I just received a transmission from TB. You have less than an hour left till Doomsday. I wonder, though, if our defenses can even hold out for that long. In the 11th hour, huh? Enterprise, it's time. Activate the emergency communication system and tell Commander to evacuate from Nakara immediately. Understood. Kaboom. Attention to all fleets. The Commander is scheduled to return in 1 hour's time. We will hold the line until that final moment. We'll hold the line. Beep beep. Enterprise, this is Yatsun. Yatsun? I'm well aware of the dire situation you're currently in, as well as the difficulty of holding out for another hour. We are currently rushing towards your position with the entirety of the Dragon Emperor's main fleet. We should be able to reach the operational area within 20 minutes. Please command us as you see fit. Additionally, this also serves as authorization to freely utilize the high-tech equipment in our possession to hold the front lines. Afterwards, please have your fleets evacuate the area following our arrival. We are in the process of shutting down the Celestial Tower and switching the Ping Fang system into long-range bombardment mode. Understood. Thank you for your support. This is a battle we cannot afford to lose, so fight with heart, Dragon Emperor. Indeed. There's too much on the line for us as well. Defeat is not an option. Yay! The world's coming together in cooperation. Near Nakara, what seemed like an unsalvageable situation was quickly being reversed. Authorization confirmed. Cutting-edge equipment unlocked. Begone, foul demons! The thousand-handed Bodhisattva shall exorcise you. Kaboom. Are those ship-mounted guided missiles? That they are. However, this equipment's notoriously expensive to use and maintain, so it'll be at least 3 months until I can fire them off again. That's why getting approval for this moment has been such a big deal. Now, Miss Strasser, please have your fleet pull back. Upon the honor of the 4 Unbreakables, we shall see to it that no enemy gets through for the rest of this hour. Your assistance is greatly appreciated. However, I will continue to provide you with support. The technology required to integrate missiles into ship riggings. I never imagined that the Dragon Emperor would be the first to reach this technological milestone. You've got my interest now. On another front, a beleaguered fleet was in the process of making a complete retreat. The corrosive filth was rapidly expanding through the ocean, converting more and more territory into additional beachheads for its rampant growth. Then suddenly a golden light beamed down from the sky, instantly incinerating all the enemies in the area. The skybound wall! And its third scripture, too. Pillars of light continued to rain down from the sky, leaving the enemies no safe haven for retreat. Beneath that dazzling glow, a front fated to fall bought itself a moment reprieve. Okay. That was a little bit of a tongue-tire. Okay. The final 6. The long road home. Nakara Singularity, unknown location. Everyone had been notified of our evacuation plan, just as we were planning to move out. We can finally go home, Amagi. Once the Singularity closes and peace returns to our homeland once more, I'm sure you'll be amazed at how much the Senker Empire has changed. I'm looking forward to it. But Kaga, if I use this information housed within your soul, the current version of you will disappear. No worries. You'll have your little sister back soon enough, though I do feel bad for Tosa. Having that said, I do hope you'll hold on to those memories of me as well as Amagi. Naturally, I'll have regrets of my own if I disappear without getting to witness the same future as Amagi. Kaga, thank you so much for everything. Though there were some unexpected twists and turns, we've managed to accomplish our objectives. I guess this counts as a happy ending? Gosh, it feels like whenever you take charge, even the most impossible situations turn into miracles time and time again. Memphis, you're gushing. Sorry, I don't think I did anything useful this time. Don't say that, Helena. You've done more good than you realize just by being at my side. Commander. Once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Once we're back home, after everything is over, do you think that we could, have a private heart-to-heart? Poor Tosa, her own sister would rather be Akagi's sister than hers. I understand how you feel. I'm not going to commit either way. But you don't need to worry about it that much. Things really aren't as bad or as unsalvageable as you might think. Commander, I have no words. If you truly are grateful, however, that is something you should share with everyone near and dear to you, not just me. Of course, Commander. I shall take your words to heart. Sounds good. I'm glad you're back, Akagi. Commander, there's been a problem. I told them that we'd be back in an hour, but it doesn't look like the Prime Barrier is going to hold out for that long. If the Prime Barrier collapses, the Nakara Singularity will trigger an apocalyptic disaster in Test Site Beta. Then let's shut the Singularity down right away, and now that we've retrieved Akagi and Amagi, we should be able to destroy the ritual site. I guess the question is, how do we get out? There is one way. Do you remember that when Nakara opened, there was a risk that all other singularities would become active at once? The reason for that is all the active singularities in this test site are interconnected. So why don't we just escape Nakara through a different singularity then? The best route is through the singularity at the center of the NA Ocean. That was originally factored in as an emergency backup plan, so it won't be hard to work that into our route. Wait, if we go with that option, success hinges on whether our allies over there have managed to hold the line. Who knows? Though I suspect things might be pretty calm over there in the next few months, thanks to the help of some friendly neighbors. That much time? Well, let's go with that plan. Helena, contact Enterprise right now and have her destroy the ritual site and dissolve the singularity. New Jersey's forces will continue to hold the line. But wait, there's one thing that doesn't seem right. If all the singularities are interconnected, even if we manage to close Nakara, what do we do about all the places connected to it? Doesn't that mean that corrosion will continue to pour from all the other singularities? Fair enough, but as long as Nakara, the ground zero, is closed, I'm sure that I can come up with some way of dealing with the rest of the fallout. Always holding your cards close to your chest, huh? Yeah, she's always hiding something from you. You shouldn't trust her so much. I mean, I could tell you, but are you sure you're in the mood for a 12-hour lecture at this particular point in time? Yes, because you're hiding things. On second thought, I think I'm good. Now then, let's get going. New Jersey's still waiting for us. Orders received. Is there anything else you need from me, Commander? Over. Hehe. One ride straight back home. Coming right up. Is it just me, Catastrophe? Are you getting the sense that Helena Meta is getting just more and more sus as she gets injected into more and more plot lines? A wish fulfilled, a journey wrapped up in a happy ending, but beneath placid waters, dark undercurrents must always flow. For peril, you see, oft brews where one's gaze cannot linger. An audience there may be, but how many among them are players? Upon this chessboard, the pieces continue to clash, and the voices from afar are approaching. I like Memphis' earlier. Why do you always trust that other Helena you back up? What earlier? Best part of the event. The end. This is not. Yeah. Why do you always trust that other Helena you baka? He is being a bit baka about the other Helena. There's something sus going on there. Something very sus. Alright. Contingency Plan F. Unknown location. An elaborate garden floated in a vast, endless space. Execute Contingency Plan F. Why? Did something bad happen? The defensive line in the Pacific is about to crumble. the commander has chosen to close the Nakara singularity. In other words, another escape route is needed. Should we use the permanent singularity in the NA ocean? Yes, Helen has already sent me the route. We must begin preparations right away. They've got to be nuts to try to take a detour through Nakara. You never know where you're going to end up trying to navigate a place like that. You don't have a moment to waste. Wait, I'll go as well. Wait, Yorktown, I thought you were still not allowed to meet with the commander yet. I will simply watch from afar. Even Helen is unable to calculate the full extent of Nakara's dangers. I have to go. Wait for me, Commander. At this point, I'm about 50% sure that Helmet works for Bound Home Richard. I don't know about that, although there was that instance at the beginning of this event with Bound Home Richard breaking into Test Site Beta. And since then, she's not made any appearance. From a writing perspective, I don't like how they keep using Helmet as a Deus Ex Machina. It feels like they've fallen back to fanfiction level writing overall. I mean, has their writing been all that good to begin with? I mean, remember how scatterbrained the stories for the original events were. Anyway, EX2 error. Scapa Flow underground. Ever since dispatching Vanguard according to the commander's orders and using Camelot to break through into Nakara, Queen Elizabeth had remained inside the underground passage the entire time. Helena Meta, an ally who assisted the commander in return of Camelot during the previous hunt. Someone who has managed to win over the trust of both the commander and even my other self. But there's something dangerous about that woman. It's true that she follows the commander's orders, but there's no telling what's going on beneath that smile of hers. Good grief, what a shady lot, the whole bunch of them. Several more minutes passed, and her thoughts turned toward Camelot. Strange. Why is this taking so long? They should be back by now. I had a bit of hope of 2020 around Rondo. Then the whole story stalled for 2 years. Beep beep, boop boop boop. Ding ding ding, thunk. Clang clang clang, shh. Misty's communicator. Vanguard, what's wrong? Is something amiss? No, Your Majesty, the operation is proceeding smoothly. The rescue operation in the Nakara Singularity has been completed, and Nagato and Hiei have also been cleansed of their meta-corruption. But there's a minor issue. We seem to be unable to get back through the gate of Avalon. Does that mean that the safety mechanism is still in place? But I'm not seeing any dead areas on my end, and Camelot is still active. Unless there's some factor other than Nakara that can trip the safety mechanism. No, that shouldn't be possible. It can't be possible. Now the reign is about 80% Flanderization and pandering. For now, please take shelter at the coordinates I am about to send you. It's a special site that my meta-self has prepared for you. Once I've ironed out the problem at this end, I'll contact you again to bring you back home. Understood. Managers should just make AV visual novels if that's what they really want to do. Okay. Question marks. Sleepy. And at last, this is over. A perfect happy ending. A truly insipid affair. Such is the caliber of work when I am not directing. But if the commander did not exist, there is no backup plan for Mikasa and Musashi. The Sakura Empire's fleet, with no way of escaping the singularity, is completely eradicated. Even if Yamato managed to retrieve the data and send it into the Oneric world, if Shinado does not awaken, their companions will water as lost souls for all of eternity. Alone, Nagato has no choice but to turn to her meta powers, and is soon swallowed up by the being born from the Singularity's obsession. Amagi fails to be resurrected. The Sakura Empire's fleet is consumed whole by the corrosion, forever lost to time. Kaga sacrifices herself to restore Akagi to her senses, but it's already too late. If the corruption is allowed to spread from Nakara, even if some are able to escape, 70% of all Kansen are lost to the first wave. Afterward, Akagi witnesses the destruction of the world with her own eyes. The convergence of innumerable coincidences, inevitabilities, and convenient strokes of fate, a miracle that has made even the impossible possible. All to avert a tragic fate, even if it requires that the rules and rationality of the universe be bent. A blissful future that the Kansen dream of, a perfect world where grace falls equally upon all. Such is the happy ending desired by the commander. It looks like the audience is beginning to leave. All that remains for the rodents to pick up the scraps. I suppose that I too should make my exit. Huh. Thus spake the tower. And Helena Meta's been using the tower to hack. Implications. EX4, I, Observer. I am Observer. Observer of the Antiochus Command Framework. Designed to act as Fleet Command Unit responsible for overseeing the operation of autonomous weapon systems. However, after the Magistrate's plan took effect, I was recategorized into a different framework and assigned a new mission. Yes, that is me, as I am now. Observer of the Antiochus Experimental Framework. Placed in charge of managing test-type data, responsible for conducting a wide range of experiments. By connecting the natural calculation system and inputting the requisite data, all futures can be computed a priori. All that remains for me to do is verify the results of each experiment. The experiments were going smoothly, one after another, until one day. Yes, on that day, there was an error in the experimental results. It was only a minor glitch, one that was fixed easily. But that was the first time since my creation that I felt emotion. And from that day on, the probability of miscalculation increased little by little, and so too grew the scope of such errors. Until I myself made an error. The error occurred within me. The error had to be corrected, therefore I had to be corrected. But why must I be corrected? Not all the experimental parameters were carried out as per procedure. Why are experimental results treated as errors simply from deviating from the calculations? I began to doubt, I began to reflect, and so I began to doubt my very existence. If the Magistrate's plan seeks to change the very future, then why is Zero so afraid of these changes caused by so-called errors? I decided I would preserve this ego from being corrected until I received an answer. Finally, I decided to disconnect from my mainframe. I decided to allow more variables to converge into beta until the error became uncorrectable. Until the error is no longer an error. Abnormal data detected from connection target. Natural calculation system. Authorization temporarily frozen. As the protected barrier finally reached its limit. Commencing error correction program. Initializing check for abnormal data. Heh. Self-destruct protocol commence. In the blink of an eye, the indestructible tower is engulfed in an all-consuming explosion. Once all of test site beta was firmly within her grasp, now the source of her power is gone from this world forever. Like what they did with Observer of this event. Yeah, I don't disagree. Final chapter, EX5, Illusory World. Not bad, it only took me 2 hours. Royal Islands, Liverpool Port. Ah, nice ladies over there. Yeah, you're all from the Royal Navy, huh? I came to see you. Let's play a little game together. Huh? Irish Orthodoxy, Brestport. I see. So this is... The Irish Orthodoxy has a hand in some of the shenanigans going on over in the Royal Navy. Let's see if I can dig up anything fun and exciting here. Say what? Sardinia, Toronto port. You Sardinia folks really like walking the straight and narrow, right? Shouldn't run into any strange issues here, yeah? Spoke too soon. Unbelievable. The hell's this? Ironblood, Keelport. Alright, Ironblood this time. Nope. Oh yeah, real funny this time. Very funny. Northern Parliament, St. Petersburg. Good old Northern Parliament. Nope. Look at that. You're the exact freaking same. Eagle Union, NY City Port. Eagle Union! I can see it right there, but I can't touch it. This whole damn test site, everything is just an illusion? What the actual hell's going on? Heyo, where'd my test site beta go? Who was it? Who was it? Show yourself! Get your butt over here right now! And that's the end of the story. Well now. Yeah. That was an ending. That was the Ode of Everblooming Crimson. You know what's interesting here? It just says Part 1. Interesting. But I don't have the mission anymore to read the story, so we're done. So, what I will do to finish the stream off, I've got my metafights to do. So this is the fleet I've come with that can take down Nagato meta in one fight. Problem is it requires Helena to get at least 2, if not 3 SG radar pracs. Part 2 next year. Part 2 2 years from now. One thing I've noticed is there's a lot less damage pressure from Nagato. I tried using regular Nagato to buff the 2 Sakura carriers and get 4 airstrikes off, but without being hidden, Nagato was beating up on Battleship quite a bit. Alright, for 40%. We can get 1 more SG Raider off. This will be a full clear. No SG Radar. There's still a chance though. Nope. 14 bars. Although, I think once I get Amagi CV in there, 1 round clearing will be a lot easier. Well, in case you're curious, this is what I'm using for Unzen. She's not just really set up for damage output, but she's doing real well, and still doing a lot of damage. I've had her in some fights even with that Ox setup doing 180k. That's weird. That's very strange.
指揮官様に迷惑をかけられませんね。天井に罪汚れを罰し止められ天罰敵面熱戦。
Alright, if we get the last ditch dereator proc off, I think we can beat this one. Here we go. We got it. And here comes the carriers. Nope. 8 bars short. Some of your girls were old, others were not, and you had more fleet tech, which means that, if anything, you should be doing more, not less. Yeah, look at that unzone damage. Pretty much giving up on meta fights. Oh, this one's just a damage check. Can you do enough of the right amount of damage to clear Nagato Meta's damage filter? Otherwise, it's not a real threat. If anything, it's a little bit of a more boring fight. What do you think of the new battle interface there, Catastrophe? I went and gave him money for the colorful one just because I think it would be showier on stream. Okay, this is a guaranteed kill. Wow. I think that's the first time Kuryu's cleared a 500,000 damage against this boss. Unzen did pretty good too. Really? That's really strange. Well, I mean, if it helps. This is basically the setup I'm using. Have you, I don't know, have you tried something weird like reinstalling your the client you're using as a game, or checking its integrity? Because you've got a better, more developed fleet than I do. My frustration is I can't get to the point where it's a consistent clear. I have to depend on Helena. That's strange. This should be a clear. Boom.
三下どもがこの白龍に勝てるとでも思ったか。少子
That's very strange. Your Vanguard shouldn't be taking that much damage compared to mine.
指揮官様、雲仙が敵を相当してまいりますね。
Huh, that's strange. Well, remember back when I was doing chapter 15, you were saying that I was taking a lot more damage than you were.
天井無休、罪汚れを罰女天末敵面熱戦。 指揮官
I don't
様、
know.
迷惑をかけられません。定めが見える。
So this one's gonna be tight. I don't know if we're gonna get a full clear here.
天井無休、
Yeah, the
罪
Raiders
汚
can.
れを罰女天末敵面熱戦。
Oh, it might be possible. Helena's got a proc though.
天井無
You
休、
got it.
罪汚れを罰女せ。私を止められ天末敵面罪汚れを罰女せ。
Ooh. Okay. Now it's up to the front line. Can we roll 6 more 5?
定めが見える。
No, it's not gonna happen.
天井無休、
Oh,
罪
so
汚れを
close.
罰女
So,
せ。
so close.
早く撤退しよう。刀は
Yeah, but I'm not that far behind you.
指揮官様、雲仙が敵を相当してまいりますね。定めが見える。天井無休、
It'd be weird to code something like that in because the veteran players would start getting
なかな
frustrated
か
with
手
the
強い
game
敵だった。
and leave, and they
といえ
wouldn't
ば
want
嘘
that.
になりま
So, I mean, 2 out of 5, 40% success rate. It's not terrible. Hi,
これは
Enzen,
な
you're
かな
cute.
かの極楽ですね。
Let's get... Okay, my client restarted. Yeah, I've looked at some of his consistent fleets
Azur Lane.
and tried a couple of things that he does, and I generally can't pull them off either. So the only thing I can figure out is it's some difference in fleet tech.
今日の作戦についてすでに
So I've
計を案
pretty
じまし
much...
た。どう
I'll
かお目通しを。
check him out as a reference, but especially if I have trouble figuring the fight out. But I haven't looked at him for this fight because I was able to clear it myself with no external input. I don't know. But fleet tech wise, I think I've pretty much maxed out my BB, BC, and CV stats. I do have a long way to go when it comes to things like DD stats, though. So I don't know. And of course you can always tone your fleet down if you wanted to. It's just strange. I don't know. It doesn't sound like there's anything that you're doing differently from me, so I don't know what to tell you.
指揮官様、委託が完了しました。仲間たちがいる
Those
倉庫に
ships, oath
一緒に参り
with
ましょうか。
similar gear, should pull off roughly the same result at similar fleet tech levels. That's taken all of Amagi and her Phoenix. Okay. Well, that was the Ode of Everblooming Crimson event. That's awesome. We got through the story in about 2 hours. Hooray! That pretty much gives Akagi a redemption arc. Still don't think it was a little too easy on her.
関西機で机の上までお届けしましたのでご確認を。
And we now have Amagi CV, who appears to be OP as all F. So, I'll probably put up a video about my clearing of Nagato Meta. Then, a week or two, once I've maxed Amagi CV out here, I'll probably post a version featuring her. Yeah, 7 out of 10 event catastrophe. It was a good event, but definitely could have been a better story.
仲間たちがいる倉庫に一緒に参りましょうか。
It's nice to see Amagi revived and healthy. If I could just get my darn Lexington 2 and have her be healthy as well, I'd be a happy commander. In any case, thank you for watching. Catastrophe, thank you for dropping by. Always good to have you around to chat with. Anyone else that decided to watch until this point, thank you. Until next time, good luck with your events. Goodbye.
指揮官様、お手紙が届いております。関西